Hello everyone from wherever you may be. Welcome to the GSE UK Virtual Conference 2020. You're in session 5 AV on the agenda. Some of you may know me already, but for those who don't, I'm Dave Austin and I'm a senior technical consultant with BMC Mainframe Services, primarily working on ZVM and Linux on Z, amongst many other things. Any questions, please, can you place them in the chat area, and I'll interrupt the speaker with the question and give them a chance to answer the question for you. I'll now hand over to your presenter, Sebastian Siegert of Red Hat. Will take you through a Red Hat and IBM update. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Over to you, Sebastian.
Thank you, Dave. Yeah, good morning, everybody, and yeah, welcome to the Red Hat's update session. It's kind of a tradition to give such an update session about Red Hat and what we're doing, and all the time I'm using my GSE pod here. Yeah, so a nice reminder of last year when we were able to meet physically. Today it's virtual, so I hope everybody has a cup of tea and feels comfortable. And so let's dive in. And so we are 489 days after the actual acquisition took place, a bit more than 2 years after the announcement. And so what's life at Red Hat today? So my job didn't change much, except for many colleagues joining me in working with IBM. The business has grown so much, and demand from IBM has grown so much for Red Hat technology, that we have added many people in our team to work with IBM. So closer collaboration is definitely something that is happening on all levels, and that's highly necessary, because if we want to be successful and offer joint solutions, then yeah, we need to be closer. But if you look at the ratio, there are about well, at the time of the announcement, it was about 360,000 IBMers and 15,000 Red Hatters. You can imagine that IBM could easily swallow all our capacities, and that's something that we had to avoid. So we added people internally. We are adding people from outside to better take care of the business opportunities. In former times, I took care of well, everything IBM related. Today, I'm focusing more on IBM systems and IBM Cloud, some GTS stuff, and my colleagues take care of GTS and GBS, and so lots of opportunities there. And we also installed people in the countries in the meantime. Alex Berardinelli in our UK team, taking care of IBM stuff. And so definitely closer collaboration in sales, but also closer collaboration in development. And if you look at our portfolio on the systems platforms, especially Z, well, you will have seen that we brought out OpenShift, Red Hat OpenShift on Z. We have other technology on Z. You have automation with Ansible scripts on Z. And so the number of solutions, joint solutions, grew dramatically, I would say. And this, of course, is necessary to then offer more flexibility, more solutions to the customers, and well, make use of all the opportunities. Definitely, COVID has not helped us physically, but it helped us, of course, virtually. Yeah? So new technology is needed in all places, and we are offering this new technology. We are even testing at the moment scenarios like Jitsi, which is an open source video conferencing system on IBM Z. So we're testing that and trying to create new offerings for schools, for example. Yeah? It's not ready yet, but it is a good thought of combining open source technology again with the established technology of IBM. And of course, we have grown the number of partners. We are working on the ecosystem of Red Hat and IBM, enabling business partners. And so everything is growing. Yeah. At the same time, you will see the same dedication to open source of Red Hat. We have not changed our development model. We have not changed our support for the open source communities. We have actually increased this, and what we simply continue to evangelize the world with open source because, well, Red Hat's still Red Hat, and well, you can see this, you can see my background, yeah, and we keep our identity, we keep our dedication to the open source world, and well, everybody who wants to join is highly welcome to work in the same way. And our success, I think, proves that we are right here. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about now is something that we changed in the middle of the year already, and that I always find it has not made it widely around, and that is the subscription content for our Red Hat Enterprise Linux subscription on Z and Linux One. Because what we did is we added comprehensive add-ons, and these add-ons are, and I will talk a bit more in detail about it. These add-ons are high availability, which is needed to for increasing availability of virtual instances, the extended update support that I'm going to talk about. Red Hat Insights is a quite interesting solution that we added already some time ago, but is now available for IBM Z as well. Smart management is also a proven technology. And so this is what we add or what we combine with our premium support 24/7. And what's not listed here on this slide is if you want to use KVM virtualization on Z, then we have lifted the limitation from 4 guests per IFL to unlimited guests per IFL. So whether you are using ZVM as a hypervisor or KVM included in Red Hat Enterprise Linux on Z, you can run and get supported unlimited instances. But let's go on and talk a bit about RHEL. And Red Hat Enterprise Linux is still the base for everything that we do. So if a customer standardizes on RHEL, then this is the base for automation with Ansible, for example, for virtualization with KVM. But it's also the base to go from physical to virtual. And if the strategy of the customer is to combine the physical data centers with hybrid cloud solutions, then using OpenShift, for example, on Z is just the right solution to get this flexibility and create new cloud native applications on the mainframe to be used then either in the local data center or in any cloud. And that's the ultimate flexibility that the customer has. But RHEL is the base for it. So for a long time already, we provide support for everything that is physical virtual or in the cloud, and everything that is certified on RHEL can be used and will be supported. So talking about the extended update support. Extended update support is something that we introduced for customers who wanted to have continuous support or longer support for a so-called point X version. So imagine you have a solution that is certified on RHEL 7.6, for example, yeah, and you need to run this for a longer period of time, even after 7.7 or 7.8 was published, or if you have RHEL 8, so you have a 8.1, and you want to run that for a longer time, because the solution, the ISV solution on top, is only certified for 8.1 in this case. Yeah, then you need extended update support to get fixes and patches and functionality, and also being able to open support calls for this version. Yeah? It provides up to 24 months of maintenance from the initial availability. And that's important, for example, for customers who are running SAP HANA. All the certification processes for HANA are very complicated, or for SAP in general are very complicated and take time. So being able to run such a solution like HANA for a longer period of time without changes saves actually money. We have added extended update support into the subscription. It's automatically included now, and it increases the security and stability, but also allows you to have more time for your update planning. And update planning always means, well, you have to take care of the ISV solution, you have to plan the downtime for the solution, or moving virtual instances around so that you can fire up the new instance. Another thing that we added is the high availability add-on. It was also an add-on that had a price tag before. So we added that into the subscription. And if you have several virtual RHEL instances running, then you can not only make use of the high availability of the hardware and the ZVM layer, but also use Red Hat high availability add-on to monitor and restart applications on failure in the virtual instances. Yeah? So again, this created cost before. It's now integrated into the subscription. Red Hat Insights is a very interesting solution that we created to make use of the wealth of information and knowledge in our knowledge base. Red Hat Insights is something, well, provided you are able to switch it on, because it reaches out via the internet to our security service and update service, and to the knowledge base. It allows to find operational and vulnerability risks upfront. So it analyzes the situation of the server, of the virtual server, and allows a risk analysis. And so if you find something that is irregular, or if the system, if Insight finds this irregularity, then it is able, well, first of all, you can solve the problem earlier before it becomes a real problem. Yeah? And in looking at the next slides, you will see that you can automate fixes already depending on your setup, of course. Yeah, but the risk analysis and the simplified management are definitely characteristics, functionalities that our customers and more than 60% of our customers are making active use of insights in the meantime. That it really is a good help in making systems more stable and reliable. Another addition that we did into the subscription is smart management. That was also an extra cost previously. And smart management is the connector between Red Hat Enterprise Linux systems, so whether virtual or physical, and our Red Hat satellite server. Yeah. About 3 years ago, we changed the subscription model for Red Hat Satellite. Previously, you had a satellite subscription, and then you needed smart management for the connection between satellite and the RHEL instances. We changed that. Smart management gives you access to as many satellite servers as you want. And smart management, as I said, it's had an extra price tag. It's now included in the subscription, and this satellite for a long time already allows you to roll out standardized systems, to create a standardized operating environment. And a standardized operating environment means that not only you provision in the same way, but you make sure that the systems, the new systems, are secure, are stable. You have a rollback function, you have a reporting function, you have more control over what's happening. You can define on which systems are getting which patches. Yeah, so every system, of course, should get the security patches, but not every system. If we are looking at EUS, not every system should get the latest version of the operating system and new functionality, but still have the security patches. Yeah. So this is what you can do with Red Hat Satellite, and smart management is a great tool in that to support you in managing many systems from one portal. And so it's fewer people who manage more servers in a higher quality of work, and well, Satellite in the end make sure that admins can go home earlier and have more weekends free, because if it's used in the right way, then yeah, you don't have to worry. And if you combine insights and smart management, then you can even automate the risk analysis and finding irregularities in your server setup based on the information that is available in our knowledge base. And through the satellite server, you can automate putting in the right fixes and make sure that you don't have a problem. Yeah? And so this is based on Ansible playbooks. Ansible is the automation tool of Red Hat, highly recognized by our customers, and so this is really a great tool to combine here the knowledge that we have about potential issues, analyzing the systems, and fixing them in a smarter way. Good. All this we put into one single subscription at a 38% lower MSRP. Yeah. So we are making it available at less cost with more content, and that's something that we introduced in the middle of the year. all renewals will follow this this new offering, and therefore I think well, we will find a lot of new customers. The use of Red Hat Enterprise technology will be more will be wider spread, and well, it's the base. RHEL is the base for everything right up to the cloud and more. I'm pretty fast here, I must admit, because I'm reaching already there's one slide missing. Where's my slide? Here it is. Yeah. So in regards to IBM and Red Hat, I'm always collecting feedback on what you would expect from this acquisition, what you believe is or what your fears are, what has been good for you, and so I'm looking for feedback all the time. So if you have feedback for me in regards to solutions, in regards to the collaboration, in regards to Red Hat being Red Hat, new solution from IBM, yeah, let me know. And because I'm in contact with my global colleagues every day. Yeah, and also within our team here, we are discussing how to improve the work with IBM. How can we make it more efficient? How can we improve communication? And so that's important for us. Yeah. And if you have questions, proposals, anything, then yeah, this is the time. And if we could have a discussion, that would be great. It's too early in the morning? No, can't be.
Well, generally, we don't tend to get a lot of questions for some reason in Europe. I've seen conferences in the US where they're asking questions all the time, but we seem to be a bit shy over here.
So let me go back then.
Just out of curiosity, is RHEL the core of the ZCX solution on ZOS for the containers?
Well, the running container on ZOS is no, I don't think it's based on RHEL. It's a separate solution for by using open source technology, but it's a separate solution. So OpenShift and running containers on ZOS is something different. OpenShift is really the platform to create new cloud native applications. It's the destination for migrations. It's the orchestration that we offer if OpenShift is used. Yeah. But on ZOS, it's kind of the same principle. It's a target platform to run the containers that are created with OpenShift. Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not based on RHEL, as far as I know.
Okay, I think one of the things I'd like to see a session on is things like Kickstart next year.
Okay.
I mean, there's probably a lot of people out there would be very interested in using Kickstart, including myself. Basically, taking us through how to set up Kickstart and actually going through and install with it. Just a suggestion, anyway, for next year.
Yeah, well, we don't have to wait. We can put it on next year's agenda, definitely. Yeah, we don't have to wait for this. if it's interesting to the audience, then no problem setting up a video conference. What a surprise. With Adrian Kewart, who presented already 2 times here during the conference, and go into a deep dive session on Kickstart. Yeah.
Okay.
We can organize that. Yeah. But I will make a note here, and so that we will have it for next year. Yeah.
Yeah, because I tend to do all my installs through an FTP server on Linux on Z. So I mount all the different releases on an FTP server running on Z Linux. And that way I can just point every install at the FTP server and I can pick up the right release, and it's very quick. But it'd be nice to, a lot of production sites tend to use Kickstart to set up standardized builds with the IP, so there's no responses, it just goes ahead and does it.
Did you have a look at Ansible already and the Ansible scripts?
Not yet, no. I've been distracted with other projects right now.
Yeah.
I don't get a chance to play as often as I used to.
Yeah, well, Ansible, and there are Ansible scripts, a lot of Ansible scripts already in available as open source, but there are also certified Ansible scripts to be used with IBM Z and Linux One. Yeah? And okay. Ansible is used a lot to automate this installation process so that you just press a button and the script uses every tool that is needed. And for example, what we did this on the Power Platform in the beginning of 2018 already using Ansible. We set up, we were in Montpellier for a hands-on workshop for business partners. And the team set up or adapted an Ansible script within, what did they take, 1.5 hours, something like that, to adapt it to IP addresses and everything. And after the 1.5 hours, they were able to just press a button and a new HANA on RHEL on Power instance would be installed, completely operating system, HANA on top within 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And this is what people are using all over the world in the meantime to automate any activity. Even IBM is using Ansible a lot. So the GTS people are replacing services that were previously based on BigFix and IP Center by using Ansible. And there's a big Ansible hackathon going on with GTS and GBS at the moment, where well, actually 700 people from currently close to 800 people from GTS are in, and another 200 from GBS are in. So Ansible is definitely the best automation tool based on open source technology that is in the market. Yeah, it's so popular.
Yeah, it makes more difference for production sites because they want to build standard servers to the same spec every time. In my case, we're not production. I tend to build one-off servers quite often to try something out, to test something or whatever. So, but it would be nice to learn the technology.
It's a very simple script. Even I, as a salesperson, guess I can learn it within a week or two. Yeah, and this is me having this dangerous half knowledge of technology. But no, it's really if you look at the scripts and what is available, and then the base for your test service will probably be the same in a lot of cases. Yeah. So, and if you then can just press a button, run the script, and then put everything new on all the changes on top, yeah, then it would help you probably in your setup as well.
Okay. Okay, I think that's the end of the session. I don't think there's any more questions. So if everybody could give some feedback for the session, that would be great. The details are on the screen. Thank you very much for attending, and thank you, Sebastian, for presenting.
Thank you for the invitation and the opportunity here. And yeah, if there are any questions, any feedback on my questions on what's on your mind about IBM and Red Hat, I'm here.
Okay, I'll see you next year, perhaps, in person.
Definitely. If there is a way to travel and to be on premise, then I will be there. That's
okay.
Promised.
Okay, I'll terminate the meeting then, and keep in touch.
Keep in touch.
Cheers.
Stay healthy. Take care. Thanks again.
Bye.